Is my enemy's enemy my friend? Too radical? How about is my enemy's enemy not my enemy? Is this what is happening? A lot of things are beginning to happen in Bangladesh or around Bangladesh, and I'm going to show you a timeline, a chronological events of what is happening, where, what happened, what led up to what, and so on and so forth. Small request to all of you to like this video, and we will start with the trip of Ajit Doval to China. You all remember, right? Last week I was telling you about his trip to China. Then what happened? Here is a quick relation of what happened after that. In my opinion, the two are connected. That is what I'm going to tell you today, and that trip that Doval took to China. Here we go. India's response to Bangladesh. Wait a minute, you're asking, wait, he goes and meets somebody in China, and then now we're talking about India's response to Bangladesh. It's now become very clear. One thing that has become very clear is somebody wants a rise out of India. They are trying to do everything possible to provoke India into invading Bangladesh, and India is holding back. But India needs to respond. What are the things India has done thus far? Well, it has been rounding up a lot of illegals, and they are probably headed back to wherever they came from. Next, there is something else that is happening. India does not have an unknown army in Bangladesh. You understand what I mean by that? Now, there is something else perhaps that is taking its place. What is that? Let's take a quick look. Now, yesterday and day before yesterday, some things have been happening which are very, very interesting. In the last few days, some dramatic developments have been happening along the Myanmar border of Bangladesh. What are they? The Arakan Army has taken full control of Myanmar's border with Bangladesh. That distance is a few hundred kilometers, but all that stuff now, Arakan Army claims that it controls it all. The Arakan Army has been fighting for the Rakhine state, and they claim that they have taken 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗿, one of the more important cities along this border. And this has now, they claim, has become a self-governing polity, and that means they are trying to have their own government. The military personnel from Myanmar were reportedly trying to flee across the Naf River. I'm going to show you some maps so you can take a look at it, which forms the border with Bangladesh using motor boats and canoes. The AA claims to have arrested Brigadier General Thurane Tun and about 80 Rohingya insurgents. Ongoing clashes have led to suspension of river transport in the Naf River for security reasons. So they have not only taken control, they are also monitoring who is navigating up and down the Naf River. The Arakan Army's actions have raised fears of renewed violence against the Muslim Rohingya minority, because in 2017 they were subjected to ethnic cleansing. It is believed that over 740,000 refugees are now in Bangladesh, and you add another 40 to 50,000 that are in India, you're looking at 800,000. And the way they breed, rabbits can turn their heads away in shame. Sorry to say this. An average Rohingya family has 10 children, to get you an idea. So the AA has been accused of launching attacks on Rohingya communities, including massacres and arson, although the Arakan Army disputes all these claims. Where is the exact area? This is the 𝗥𝗘𝗙𝗿 city, and you can see that it's very, very close to the border with Bangladesh, and it is in the Rakhine state. Now, by taking over this northern region, the AA now controls the entire 270-kilometer border with Bangladesh. I told you, right? It's a few hundred kilometers, suspending all transport routes. Everything has been cut, which means anything that moves in and out of Myanmar to Bangladesh or beyond has to be going through the AA posts. The Chittagong region is the next one that they are looking. Now, the point here is, if you go back to look at this, there is a narrow neck. You can see the neck, right? That narrow neck will lead you to Chittagong. And I'll show you another map that is more expanded so you get a better picture of this. And it is believed that the area south of that narrow neck is completely seized by Arakan Army and is part of the Chittagong region, which means they are poised to enter Chittagong. That's why I asked you that question in the very beginning. Is my enemy's enemy a friend or not an enemy? Well, we'll get to know that in just a moment. The Chittagong region is home to more than 25% Hindus, 5% Christians, and other non-Muslim communities. The region includes significant infrastructure, Chittagong Port, there is Cox's Bazar, Matarbari Port, and these are all key to the country's economy. So now let's take a look at it in a more exploded fashion, more expanded, so you can exactly see what is going on. You can see the Chittagong, then you have the Cox's Bazar, you have the Bandarban area. So you can see all those things are the borders of Myanmar, along the borders of Myanmar. And you can see, if you look at the arrow, red arrow, bottom red arrow, you can see where Myanmar is. It's right up there. So the Arakan army are poised to enter into Chittagong. Is that what they are planning on doing? Well, here is the interesting part. Ajit Doval, India's NSA, has been linked to efforts aimed at curbing drug smuggling along the Myanmar-India border. We know that. Doval is reported to have engaged with the Arakan army to help manage and regulate this illicit flow of drugs across the Myanmar-India border. Now, the northeastern region of India, especially states like Manipur and Nagaland, has been long a significant transit point for drugs being smuggled from Myanmar into India. We're talking about 70,000 to 100,000 crores per year. Huge number. These drugs, often heroin and other opiates, are part of the so-called golden triangle. What makes it much worse is the chemical drugs like the meth and fentanyl that are now raising their ugly heads. Now, by doing control of this area, will AA be able to regulate the golden triangle? If so, would that also mean that there will be fewer drugs flowing in and out? Well, we'll have to wait and see on that part. But India's strategy under Doval is to collaborate with ethnic groups like AA and ensure there is border security and to combat drug trafficking and strengthen its influence in Myanmar, especially as the country deals with ongoing ethnic conflicts and instability. Well, I didn't say anything about what the Arakan army would do if they enter into Bangladesh. Is that what is the plan? I don't know. I think there is some hint there that there could be the unknown army's equivalent, which could be the AA, which might go and take care of business. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.